how it is holding it right. So my first seat, cancel. The bug in my eye. First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. Here comes a truck. First of all, welcome to the channel and thank you for stopping by. When time permits, please consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. Today we are out in the very sunny Florida Everglades. And the reason we're out here today is to ride here in the Holy Land wildlife area. But we're also going to talk for just a couple of minutes about this seat. Now, anyone who has bought the KTM 390 Adventure knows that the stock seat is not great. If you're riding around town, you're spending an hour on it, it's fine. It's an inexpensive seat. It's not really a problem. But if you try to travel on that seat, anything over an hour, it gets downright uncomfortable. And this becomes important later. The farther you go, the more uncomfortable that seat gets. The most I tried to ride with it was a terrible mistake riding to New Hampshire for about 10 hours round trip. And as soon as I got back, I began my journey, which ultimately led me here, unfortunately. And that journey was to find a seat that was comfortable for the 390 Adventure. Now this seat is the Sargent seat. This is a seat where you mail them yours and they go ahead and with your choices put on the type of cover you want, the type of foam you want. And in theory, and what everyone's always told me about Sargent seats, what you get is an incredibly comfortable, durable seat that will last at least as long as anyone owns a motorcycle. And some of that is true and some of it's not. But let's talk for a split second on how we got here. My first seat, of course, was the stock seat. Didn't last long, one long trip on it and I was finished with that seat. It had to go. So being someone who likes to ride off-road, I went ahead and I purchased the KTM Power Parts bench seat, which for what it is, which is a seat to ride off-road, it's unparalleled. It's fantastic. You will stand up, grip the sides, it'll be great. When you need to sit down, you can move forward and back. It's thinner than the stock seat and it is an awesome seat for off-road. But that seat is no more comfortable than the stock seat when you're going on any kind of trip. I had that one for about a 5-hour trip and that wasn't going to work. I actually took trips with the stock seat instead. So the journey continued. And next, after trying for quite a while, I was able to get the Power Parts Comfort seat, which is out of stock all of the time, which is a terrible crime because it's a great seat. If you're riding around town, it is phenomenally comfortable. If you're taking it on a trip for the first 5 hours, phenomenally comfortable. Where it falls apart is it's not quite wide enough and the cushioning compresses the longer you ride with it. And what that led to was with very long trips, it started out extremely comfortable and as I compressed it, it just got more and more uncomfortable. I think the most I've ridden with it is about 9 or 10 hours, and I'll say the last 4 are tough. They're really tough to do. Now let's talk about the Sargent seat. Why I bought it, why I still use it, but why I say this is not the seat you should buy. This seat is every bit the quality that was explained to me when I talked to people about a Sargent seat. This is excellent materials. This is fantastic stitching. It is absolutely premium. The best benefit to the seat is that it is wide and stable. And what I mean by that is, obviously width you understand, but stable, wherever you're sitting on this seat gives you exactly the same level of support. There's nothing soft on the sides. It doesn't have spots that aren't fantastic. You sit on this seat, you can move forward, you can move back, you can shift side to side when you want to. The cushioning in this seat is impeccably consistent. So if you're looking at spending the money on this seat and you know what you're getting, you are getting a quality product. This is far better made than either of the Power Parts seats I have. I initially bought this when I thought I was taking the 390 Adventure on my trip out to the Pacific Northwest. And I was thinking, this is going to be 20 days of riding, and I need something more comfortable than the KTM Power Parts give me. So I spent, I won't say it because my wife watches these, just to say a lot of money on this seat. We've gone over the pluses. They're few: quality, consistency. Now we need to get to the negative. This seat is not comfortable. Every person who has ridden my bike has said exactly the same thing when they get on it. This is a hard seat, and it is. You will never get on this seat and say, this is comfortable. The kindest way I like to describe it is, this seat is supportive. It absolutely, again, consistently, anywhere you sit on it, you are supported. But for a seat that you pay an incredible premium price for, it is unfortunately not comfortable. Now, that's okay when you consider what I bought the seat for, and that is to ride long distances. Now, Frank, why would you ride long distances? Why do you choose to use this seat when, by your own admission, it is not comfortable? But where this seat pays off is the fact that it never, ever gets more uncomfortable. If you get on the stock KTM seat, it's more comfortable than this. If you get on the Power Parts bench seat, it's more comfortable than this. If you get on the Ergo seat, it's much more comfortable than this seat. But this Sargent seat will get you 12-hour days, because the discomfort you feel, or lack of comfort when you get on it, that is what that seat will feel like all day. And if you're taking a long trip, that's amazing. That is absolutely, positively a benefit. So in conclusion, if you are looking for a seat to hop on your bike and spend 4 hours, spend 5 hours, do not buy this seat. This is not the seat for you. You should not waste your money on it. But if you're looking at ADV Matt videos and you're saying, I want to do that, I want to keep going. If you're looking at my videos and going, maybe 10 hours sounds pretty good, buy the Sargent seat. You will not regret it, I think. Well, if you stuck around, thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and take care.